happening, HC Nation? Zach Edwards here with another. I'm not. It could be a Mini Zone Monday, Tutorial Tuesday, whatever Wednesday, Sneak Peek Thursday. Those are all go out the door today. This is an update for all of you guys. I wanted to tell you what's been going on the last 3 months. Okay, so if you've been tracking with the adventures of the creator, Zach Edwards. I'm the creator of Historical Conquest. Uh, Everything that's happened in the last 3 months has led me to this room. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm about to tell you what it is. So the last 3 months I've gone through the flu, starting off in September 28th when I was coming back from California. Then from there, I went into having pneumonia, but the pneumonia lasted 2 whole months. They just couldn't get rid of it. And basically, after I took the last set of pneumonia medicine, they said, "Oh, you're recovering, so you might find some symptoms, but just be patient." So I said, "Okay, I'll be patient." A week passes by, and I'm going through the same symptoms as I was with pneumonia, which include shivers, like being cold all over your body, even to the point of your body almost convulsing like a seizure, but individual places, like your leg would shake and you could not stop it. I'd also get fevers, and these fevers would be so hot that when I would wake up, like I'd be in bed and I wake up, I'd be in a puddle of my own, sorry, a little too much imagery, my own sweat. And so these are some of the symptoms that I was going through, including I couldn't breathe. I'd have a shortness of breath, wasn't able to walk very far. Even walking upstairs would be a pain, and literally a pain because by the time I get to the top, I'd have to sit down to catch my breath. All these things were unnatural. So my mom, who was supposed to visit about 2 weeks before that, she flew in, and 2 days after she arrived, I yelled for her. I was on the couch. She's down in the basement sleeping. I yelled for her. She came up, and she was feeding me hot chocolate, trying to warm up my core because I was going through a chill. Well, when she had to step away, I decided to lay down. When I laid down, it all came out, all over my carpet. All the hot chocolate that she had given me. And so, but at that point, my body went rigid. My eyes went completely still, looking straight forward. I did not respond to anything. My mom, being very nervous, started slapping me across the face, trying to wake me up. I wouldn't wake up. And the only time that I actually woke up was when she was dropping my head on the couch multiple times. Now, when I woke up, I realized that she was on the phone with 911. And so I asked her to put down the phone, so she hangs up with them, and then she explains what happened. That for about 30 seconds, I was completely unresponsive. I think she said 20 seconds, but unresponsive. And it was the scariest moment in her life that I was doing that, and so she called 911. Now, after she had told me that she had been slapping me for like 10 seconds and there was no response, I said, then yeah, we need to go to the hospital. And so they took me to the hospital, and now come to find out they did a chest x-ray. The pneumonia was completely gone. It was not affecting me anymore. So what else was affecting me? So they started doing blood cultures. And in the week that I was there, they found out that I had some sort of blood bacteria in my blood circulating throughout my whole bloodstream. Well, there's 2 problems with that. Well, there's a lot of problems with that. There's 2 things that have come out from that. One, I have artificial valves inside of me. I've had 2 open heart surgeries. I'm 37 years old, yes, and I have had 2 open heart surgeries, and I've had 3 major surgeries on my heart, replacing the valve that's called the pulmonary valve. Pulmonary. So it's a major valve in your heart. Of course, there's only major valves in your heart, but that's one on your right side, which controls a lot of different things. But so look it up; it's really interesting. But at the same time, the second thing is they finally found out what bacteria was attacking me, and it's actually a bacteria that's found in the mouth. So a simple cut in my gums, actually eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, just food getting in there, it creates an open system for bacteria to get into your bloodstream. One of the big reasons why we always brush our teeth. Very good reason. You need to brush your teeth. I am one of 24 in all of history for this bacteria to actually attack my body. The reason why it attacked my body is because of those artificial valves. So if it attacked your body, it wouldn't really have attacked anything. But it actually attacked my valve, which cultivated organic material around the valves, which allowed the bloodstream to become infected completely. And this probably happened when I had pneumonia, and when your immune system is supposed to be like this high, mine was way down here. You couldn't even see, because my immune system is basically what helps your body to keep out sicknesses, illnesses. So I was not able to fight off this bacterial infection. So because of this, now I'm still in the hospital from about a week and a half now. And I was at St. Luke's at the plaza, and they decided that they did not have the expertise to take on, one, this bacteria, and two, me having had so many open hearts. Now, the first time you have your chest opened up, it's okay. It's not really that big for the doctors. The second time, a little more concern, because every time you open up your chest, there's more the ability to have infection. Now, this is the third time they're opening it up. And they said that they needed one of the best doctors in the US. And so I had a few options. Most of these places were just like, yeah, send him over, because they found out I had this weird blood infection, but also because of the my heart and having so many operations, that they wanted to be able to do work on it. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but like right outside my window is the helicopter pad to bring people in and send people out. So just so you know, St. Luke's at the plaza decided to send me the best doctor. They actually had to send me to the Mayo Clinic. So I don't know if you've heard of the Mayo Clinic. There's actually a few of them, but I'm at the Mayo Clinic. Actually, I'm not going to tell you the location, but I'm at one of the Mayo Clinics because they had one of the best doctors, best surgeons around to do this operation. So I come here. I'm still having a lot of the same symptoms. They actually started coming back probably about 4 days into my visit in Kansas City. And I come over here to the Mayo Clinic, and they think that they have a good understanding of what is going on with the symptoms. So those should go away. And I just met with all the doctors that I have. I have a team. A whole team is set for me. I have a cardiac or a heart surgeon, a cardiac doctor, a adult congenital heart doctor, which means basically these are heart issues that have happened ever since you were a child, but you're an adult. So there's a whole doctor that's just for that. I have infectious disease doctor, and I have all the teams behind every single one of them. Like this morning, I probably had 10 to 15 people in my little hospital room. and they were all talking about the surgery that I will be having. People were asking questions. Everything still led up to I'm going to be having open heart surgery for the third time. So big news today. I am going to have the third open heart surgery that I had. I was born with a deformed valve. So in my heart, my aortic valve was deformed. I had what's called balloon angioplasties, where they send in a balloon into your heart and they're able to open up your artery or your valve to extend the time a little bit so you don't have to have it replaced right away. So then, and that was starting in 1997. By the time I turned 20, they said, you need to have the surgery. So that's what I did. I went in, I had my first open heart, and that's where they took my pulmonary valve and my aortic valve, took my pulmonary valve, put it where the aortic valve was, but then took a cadaver valve, basically a donor valve. Someone that, if someone donates their hearts or their kidneys after they get in an accident, they can actually donate valves from the heart. And so they were able to replace my pulmonary valve. And so that was a great procedure, except that they come to find out, they found out it doesn't work for very long. And so 7 years later, let's see, 7 years later, 8 years later, sorry, they actually had to cut me open again, second open heart surgery, and replace my valve, my cadaver valve, my donor valve, with a pig's valve. So at that point, I said, hey, at least when I'm eating bacon, it feels right at home. And someone else told me, it's either that or you're a cannibal. I'm like, either way, it's good. So yes, I do like bacon still, even though I had pig's valve in me. Now, a few years after that, I had surgery where it introduced bacteria from my stomach again to my heart, and it started attacking my heart. That's the first time I had one of those attacks on my heart. And so because of that, they were able to send antibiotics straight to the heart through what's called a PICC line or a midline. It's where it gets the bacteria or the antibiotics right near the heart, and it starts to clean up whatever's in there. Well, because it cleans up what's in there, there wasn't much pressure on the rest of my heart, so I was able to postpone 2 more years. Now, 2014, I moved from Alaska, where I started Historical Conquest, and I moved down to Kansas City, where I'm currently at. Well, during that time, during the move, one of the things that we had to do was we had to make it to Seattle, to the University of Washington, which is one of the also very prestigious when it comes to all these different practices and parts. That was actually one of my other options of going to, but we chose the Mayo Clinic. And they actually put what's called a stent. It's when somebody has like blockages in some part of their body, in one of their arteries, major arteries. They send what's called a stent. It's like a tube with this little device at the end. It opens up, and it's like a cage. It holds open that section that was going to close. And so what happens is in mine, when it opened up and crushed the pig's valve. And inside was now a cow's jugular, so neck valve or vein valve. So the valves in the neck of a cow actually can take the place of one of your valves. And so they were able to put that in there, open it up, and it worked great. So that's been working fairly well for a long time. Well, since 2014, because that's when they put in. But then, with pneumonia and this weird bacteria that came from my mouth comes in, attacks that valve, and today they just told me that the valve itself, through all these different tests they did, this one was through what's called an echo, where they can actually see the movement of each of the valves and they could see inside her. It's like a ultrasound when you're seeing a baby. But this one, instead of seeing a baby, you're seeing a heart. And when they saw that, the cow's um, valve was actually stenosed, which means it wasn't working correctly because the bacteria attacked it. It couldn't operate correctly. So that's why now we need surgery. So I will be out of commission for the next week to 2 weeks. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew, or everyone that could know would know. I have some people helping me fulfill orders, but as of right now, actually, funny story. As I told you, my mom came here. Moms are amazing, and I hope you always remember that, because my mom came here going to help me with interior design, just working on interior design. That's it. And now she's become my assistant when it comes to interior design. She has fulfilled over 40 orders since just after, uh, see, about 4 weeks ago. So it was just 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Wow, I don't know. 2 weeks ago. So just after the Black Friday sale. So all the Black Friday sales packages went out, minus the ones that were back order. Those were sitting there waiting. She's fulfilled every order since that point. And so this has told me that I need to do the best thing for Historical Conquest, which is getting an executive secretary so I can be more consistent. And so she has now fulfilled all those orders. You may see that they don't have all the inserts that they usually do, but I do not want to overwhelm her. She's not a spring chicken anymore. She's very much the mother hen. And so she was able to help me with all those things. She's been at my bedside, or my hospital bedside, every day, almost the whole day, minus fulfilling those orders. She's been able to work with different contractors for another project that I'm doing on the side. She's a total godsend. And moms are. They always are. They may or may not be able to help that much, or as much as my mom just helped me, but mind-boggling how much she has done, even though how old she is and how old she's getting. And that's saying something, because she may be old, but she's still able to get a lot done. And so, yeah, it's been quite the journey and the thing. And let's not even go into the financials of having open heart surgery with okay insurance. Not the best. So get good insurance. Make sure your family always has health insurance, whether they can afford it or not. That's the most important thing that you can pay for beyond you use utilities. So make sure that that's always there, because you don't want this to happen to your family, the financials that come with it. So I hope if there's any questions, I would love to answer them. Again, I don't know when the surgery is going to happen. It's basically when the surgeon, his schedule opens up. So he has because he's one of the most prestigious, there's a lot of people vying for his time to do surgery. So I have to wait for him to be available. So I don't know exactly when this is going to happen. But if you have questions, please put them in the comments below. If I don't answer them right away, I'll answer them afterwards. I hope this helps everyone understand what's been going on, the reason why I wasn't able to go see some of those, go visit some of those tournaments that I was supposed to go visit. I mean, I had ones in Georgia, Idaho, Texas. I did go to the one in Iowa, even though I was still sick. I was able to make it there beforehand. Independence, Missouri, which is right down the street. I was hoping to go see that, but I was just way too ill at the time. And also a shout out to all those that are in the St. Louis and Illinois area. That was a huge group that wanted to see me. I think there was like 200 people plus, and I couldn't do it. And I was so tempted to say, "Oh, I'm not that sick," and just go. But something told me I shouldn't, and the next day it blew up on me. I was not good at all, and I was it was a message that I needed to just say, you know what, I'm not able to do this. And the sad thing is I probably will not be able to visit any of these tournaments before convention season starts, because up until March I'm probably going to be under recovery. So, but I will still be able to. As of 5 days, it's basically you leave the hospital, and after that you're bound to your house. So I will be able to do some things with Historical Conquest. Maybe that's a good time to train my new executive secretary. We'll get to that point when it comes. But thank you for being patient. The website is still coming out, the interactive website, because I have been out of it. My programmer has been had to wait for me for a lot of things, including something that I'm going to be working on today, so that he's all ready. Basically, everything has to be done today for everything in my life, because sooner they go under the knife, there's 5 days where I'm going to be completely out of everything. Then they bring me home, and I have another little bit of recovery, and then I will be able to be awake and able to do things. So thank you so much for listening to this long video. I hope it gives you an understanding of what's been going on, why I haven't been able to attend some of these activities I wanted to. If there was an issue with your order, this is probably why. I apologize, but don't criticize my mom when it comes to it. If you have anything that's happened with your package, I'm fine with exchanging anything, um, and keeping with our our policy that if we get it wrong, we'll replace it. So sorry if that happened, but I think she did pretty darn well. Plus, she had my kids watching over her, helping her pick out which decks were which decks. So they've been a big help as well. So thanks again. We'll catch you next time. It's probably going to be in 2 weeks or so. But I wanted to get this out. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye.